Dear students, in this video we are going to learn the chapter The Delhi Sultanate. In this chapter we will learn about the sources of Delhi Sultanate such as inscriptions and Qutub Minar. We also will learn about the political history and administration of Qutbuddin Aibak, Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Delhi Sultanate was established in the 13th century. The five dynasties ruled from Delhi between 1206 and 1526 is known as Delhi Sultanate. The five dynasties are ruled during this period where Slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Said dynasty and Lodi dynasty. It is called Delhi Sultanate because the rulers of these dynasties ruled from their capital Delhi and the rulers were called the Sultan. That's the reason this Delhi Sultanate is called so. Reason is the rulers ruled from their capital Delhi and the rulers were called Sultan. That's the reason the Delhi Sultanate is called so. Now let us see the sources of information about Delhi Sultanate. Inscriptions are valuable source of information about Delhi Sultanate. The inscriptions are found on coins, monuments, milestones and tombstones. Many inscriptions tell about the land grants made by various rulers, and some inscriptions describes about the battles, and some inscriptions are written in praise of the rulers. Some of the inscriptions are in Sanskrit and some are in Arabic. Some are in both the Arabic and Sanskrit. The finest example for the inscription written both in Arabic and Sanskrit is the first coin issued by Muhammad bin Bakhtiyar Khilji. The another important source of information about Delhi Sultanate is the Qutub Minar. The construction of Qutub Minar was started by Qutbuddin Aibak and it was completed by Iltutmish. Qutub Minar was dedicated to the Sufi saint Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki. Let us see the main features of Qutub Minar. When originally completed the construction of Qutub Minar, its height was 71.4 meter and it has 4 stories. The tower was damaged by lightning in 1369 and it was renovated by Firoz Shah Tughlaq and he raised its height. It has 5 stories at present. Each story is separated from the other by a projecting balcony. The entrance is through the doorway on the northern side. The Qutub Minar is a circular tower. At the base, its diameter is 13.8 meter and at the summit its diameter is 3 meters. It has a circular stairway of 379 steps leading to the top. Red sandstone, marble, grey quartzites are the material used to construct the Qutub Minar. Each of the tower has a projecting balcony. These balconies are supported in such a way that the whole structure take the load of weight. The verses of Holy Qurans and floral motifs are inscribed on this tower. The slave dynasty. Qutbuddin Aibak was known as the founder of slave dynasty. The early rulers of the slave dynasty were called Mamluk Sultans. The word Mamluk in Arabic means owned. The early sultans of these dynasties were either the slaves of the Turks or were the sons of the slaves. That's why they were called Mamluk Sultan. Qutbuddin Aibak began a series of conquests and captured the fort of Kalinjar in Bundelkhand and Ahilwara in Gujarat. Qutbuddin Aibak is known as Lakh Bakhsh because of liberal distribution of money. His court also is adorned by many scholars like Hasan Nizami and Fakhr Mudir. Qutbuddin Aibak laid the foundation of Qutb Minar in Delhi after the name of famous Sufi saint Khwaja Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki. The construction of Qutb Minar was completed by the son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak, Iltutmish. Qutbuddin Aibak died of a sudden fall from a horse at Lahore while playing Chauhan or polo. After Qutbuddin Aibak's death, his son Aram Shah had succeeded him, but he was an incapable ruler and he was overthrown by Iltutmish, the slave and son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak. The Khilji dynasty. Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of Khilji dynasty. He was murdered by his nephew Alauddin Khilji and he proclaimed himself as the Sultan of Delhi Sultanate. When he ascended the throne, Alauddin had to face a rebellion of Mongols who had earlier settled near Delhi. When he heard about the rebellions by the Mongols, he killed all these Mongols settled near the Delhi. After that, Alauddin conquered all the territories of Malwa, including Ujjain, Dar, Chanderi and Mandu. By 1305, Alauddin conquered most of the North Indian territories. He had established a strong army and started paying his soldiers in cash. Deccan expedition of Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji was the first Sultan who sent an expedition to the Deccan. It was led by Malik Kafur. The kingdom of Devagiri, Warangal, Dwarasamudra and Madurai were conquered, but he did not annex these South Indian kingdoms. There are two reasons why Alauddin did not annex these South Indian kingdoms. The first reason, he realized that it would be difficult to control these distant lands from Delhi. The second reason is he was more interested in acquiring the wealth of these Deccan kingdoms for the maintenance of his huge army. Thus the rulers of Deccan were forced to accept his supremacy and to pay annual tribute to Alauddin Khilji.